It was close to midnight when the rain began to pour, slicing through the silence of a lonely highway outside of Denver. The gas station's flickering fluorescent lights hummed faintly, illuminating puddles that reflected the crimson glow of a solitary car pulling in. The car was sleek but modest, a dark blue sedan with tinted windows, its engine purring softly before shutting off. From the driver's side, a woman stepped out, tall, calm, and dressed in a black leather jacket, her eyes sharp and alert. Her name was Elena Rivers, though no one around here knew that she was an undercover FBI agent working a major case involving drug smuggling across state lines. To everyone else, she looked like just another traveler stopping for gas and a quick coffee. Inside the convenience store, the cashier barely looked up as Elena entered. She grabbed a cup of coffee, scanning the aisles casually, though her mind was far from calm. Her target, a gang known as the Iron Hawks, had been reported moving contraband along this very highway. She was in deep cover, using this gas station stop as a point to intercept communications from a hidden tracker. But as fate would have it, her mission was about to collide with something unexpected and violent. Just as she stepped outside, she saw them, 3 young men, loud and arrogant, leaning against a red pickup truck, their laughter cutting through the night. They noticed her instantly, a woman alone, confident, and seemingly unafraid. That kind of presence often triggered the wrong kind of attention. "Hey sweetheart, need a hand with that gas?" one of them called out mockingly, his breath visible in the cold air. Elena didn't flinch. She kept filling her tank, ignoring their taunts. But the group wasn't done. Another one approached, pretending to help her with the gas pump, his grin wide and menacing. "Come on, don't be shy," he sneered. "What's a pretty thing like you doing out here alone?" His friend laughed, filming the scene on his phone, hoping for a viral clip of them harassing a stranger. They didn't realize they were playing with fire. Elena's eyes lifted, calm, calculating. "Back off," she said, her tone measured, her posture unshaken. But the leader, a bulky man with tattoos across his arms, stepped closer, trying to assert dominance. "Or what?" he laughed. "You gonna call the cops?" For a second, Elena almost smiled. The irony was delicious, if only he knew. But before she could respond, he grabbed her wrist, forcing her to turn toward him. That was his mistake. In one fluid motion, faster than they could register, Elena twisted his hand backward, forcing him to his knees with a controlled arm lock. The others froze, stunned at how quickly the situation flipped. "You really don't want to do this," she said coldly. For a moment, no one spoke. The rain fell harder, thunder cracking in the distance. The leader, groaning in pain, muttered, "What the hell are you?" But before he could finish, blue and red lights suddenly lit up the gas station. 2 black SUVs screeched into the lot, doors flying open as armed men in tactical gear surrounded the area. "FBI." "On the ground, now," shouted a voice. The bullies' faces went pale, their phones slipping from their hands as realization hit them. Elena pulled a small badge from her pocket, flashing it under the neon lights, Federal Bureau of Investigation. The bullies stared, mouths open, their arrogance melting into pure fear. "You were saying?" Elena said quietly, letting go of the man's arm. As he stumbled back, she turned to the team leader approaching her. "Ma'am, we tracked the signal. The truck these punks are leaning on matches the vehicle linked to the Iron Hawk's drop point," the agent said. Elena's eyes narrowed. "So it's not just a coincidence," she replied. The leader of the bullies blinked in shock. "Wait, our truck." "We didn't," but before he could protest, an officer opened the truck's tailgate, revealing duffel bags full of illegal weapons hidden beneath a tarp. In that instant, everything changed. They weren't just bullies anymore, they were unknowingly part of the very operation Elena had been tracking. As the officers cuffed them, Elena walked toward her car, coffee still steaming in her hand. "Next time," she said without turning around, "think before you mess with a woman. You never know who she might be." The bullies said nothing, their eyes wide, their bravado shattered. The gas station lights flickered again as she drove off into the storm, mission complete, but something told her this wasn't over yet. By morning, news had spread like wildfire, "FBI sting at local gas station," the headlines read. But behind the clean report was a web much deeper than anyone realized. The 3 men detained weren't just random thugs, they had unknowingly been working under someone inside the FBI's radar, a powerful figure known only by the alias Viper. Elena, now back at headquarters, watched the interrogation footage. The leader of the bullies, terrified and sweating, kept insisting they had no idea what they were carrying. "We thought it was just tools, man. Some guy paid us to transport the bags," he cried. Elena leaned forward. "What guy?" she asked sharply. "He said his name was Vince. Drove a black motorcycle. Gave us a number to call when we got to that gas station." Elena's pulse quickened. Vince. That was a name she hadn't heard in years, her former partner in undercover work, who had gone rogue 3 years ago. The realization hit her like ice. The entire accident at the gas station hadn't been random, it was a test. Vince had set the whole thing up, using these lowlifes as bait to see if she was still active. Her cover was compromised. The phone in her pocket buzzed, an encrypted message: "You're getting close, Elena. Stop now, or you'll regret it." Her jaw tightened. The ghost of her past had returned, and he was watching her every move. Later that evening, she drove back to the same gas station. It looked peaceful again, just a quiet rest stop for travelers. But Elena's instincts screamed otherwise. She parked her car a mile away and approached on foot, her hand resting on her concealed weapon. Inside, the same cashier looked up nervously as she entered. "Back again," he said weakly. She smiled faintly. "Just tying up loose ends." Then she saw it, a black motorcycle parked in the corner, engine still warm. Her heart raced. He was here. Without warning, a voice echoed from behind one of the aisles. Still predictable, Agent Rivers. She turned sharply, there he was. Vince, tall, rugged, his once loyal eyes now cold and cruel. "You should have walked away," he said. "But you just can't, can you? Always playing the hero." Elena didn't blink. "And you always playing the coward," she shot back. "You betrayed your badge, your oath, and for what? Money. Power." Vince chuckled darkly. "Survival," he said. "The system eats people like us alive. I just learned to eat first."